Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing Unearthly Cosmetics, the new leather and lace palette I have here. I am so excited to dip into this. I put this on my new makeup releases and I talked about it a little bit, but if you didn't watch that video, I'll link it down below. But this here is a palette that is just my color jam. So it looks like this here. So you have your purple berry tones, you have some orange tones, which these orange tones are actually more to the type of orange that I do like on my eyes, and then the grungy greens. But the purple and the greens, they just tug at my heartstrings. So we are going to create a look with this today and do some swatching. And I do want to show you their new packaging. Okay, love. The only thing I wish is that the mailing tag would be like on the side or something, because we missed the writing of the Unearthly Cosmetics with the sticker on the middle. But look at these boxes. Oh my goodness. They are amazing and so stinking cute. I love the colors. Just love it so much. It's so awesome. I'm gonna have to keep, this is my, I keep some of my first, like my first PR box and stuff like that, and so in the outer packaging and everything, and I'm probably gonna, this is a new box, and so I don't know, a little sentimental. Okay, and so it came with this thank you card from Unearthly. Oh, look at this. Come on, stepping up the game. It says Unearthly Cosmetics, thank you. It says their website and then their Instagram. On the back it says unnatural, mysterious, and disturbingly beautiful. So yes, keeping that too. And then the other thing that came in that was the magnetic palette. I was super excited to get this, and this is really cool. I love this a lot. It says, sorry mom. It's just so cool. I love this so much. So I put all of my blushes in most of the, and then I put all of the blushes in here, and then one of the highlighters. That's all I could fit, and it looks like this here. Oh, it's so pretty. A beauty. And I love this because this will be easy to grab for my blushes and highlight. So that's my favorite highlight, so I had to put that one in there. So yes, with all blushes. We won't be using the blush and the highlighter today because I already have my makeup pretty much already on. And so we're doing an eye look, and yeah, I'm going to incorporate the gel liners in the look. I don't know yet how or what, but I'm super excited to try these out. I purchased these. I got Ruby and I got Jam. I did some makeup today, and you know, there might be a little stainage on my hand. Okay guys, so if you're interested in seeing the swatches of this palette and what kind of look that I come up with, just keep watching. I'm so glad you guys decided to stay. Now let's get into some swatches. Let's just get right into it. I'm excited to dip my fingers in this. These are the large pans. I love the larger pans. This inside of this palette is so cool looking. It looks like it's glitching. And honestly, when I look at it, it actually like messes with my eyes because it really looks like it's glitching and like blurring. Look at that. Oh, wow. Let's just do it right in here. Is beautiful. We're going to do all the shimmers first. Pretty. This is just your normal shimmer formula. There's no like shifty colors that I can see in them. They're beautiful. And they work perfectly with this palette. I love the color rose. I do. I love how this is set up. Like, to me, this kind of palette is aesthetically pleasing. And it makes me it gets me in a creative mood. So I really, and I know not everybody's a Tati fan, but like her palette was set up kind of like this, and it's aesthetically pleasing to me. I love the way those look. So there's the shimmers, and then let's get into the mattes, and oh my goodness, this is going to be a good palette. I can already tell you by the first purple swatch. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, I got it. I got to play with the purples today. Oh, wow. Look at that. These are my kind of eyeshadows. Like, seriously, so highly pigmented. So highly pigmented. And just stunning. Oh, this middle color. Oh, so stinking pretty. That is gorgeous. That is so stinking gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I thought I knew what I was I thought maybe I was gonna gravitate towards the greens, but I don't know. I think I have to play with these purples. Okay. Purple is such a hard shade to formulate. And so to see a purple that highly pigmented and look like that, wow. Okay. I'm excited. Okay, next row. I'm going to get into these warmer tone browns and oranges and terracottas. And I do tend to gravitate more towards that. I found that those oranges do look good on me, even though orange is not my color. That tone does look good. This is really pretty. Oh my goodness. And there's these shades, the second ones, and from the shimmers, they're kind of like a cream to matte formula. Oh, kind of like Natasha Denona has the cream to matte formula. It's really pretty. So those are the next row. That's a really pretty neutral look right there. And so this is kind of neat to where you could take it neutral if you wanted to, or you could use it for colorful looks or a neutral look with a pop of color. Okay, this is the last row, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just saying. I'm so stinking excited. I want to dip into this right now. Okay, so I am going to pop off here. I'm going to prime my eyes, and then I'll be right back with you guys zoomed in. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, you're all zoomed in.
You're welcome.
And we're going to go into Venetian first, and we're going to take that and we're going to run that all the way across. This is a really pretty rosy color, and it kind of has more to the purple tone, but it is showing up on my skin tone more to the pink tone. That could be because I have that olive skin tone also. Now I'm going to go in with Aubergine, taking that and deepening up that crease a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to go into leather, and I'm going to put it up on a pencil brush because I want it to kind of be a little bit more controlled. Now I'm going to do the same thing I did over here on this eye, and I'm going to repeat it on this eye, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to cut my crease. I'm going to do that on camera because I don't hardly ever do that on camera. So I am going to do that now. I'm going to take a pointy Q-tip and some micellar water. I'm just going to do this one eye on camera, and then I'll do the other one off camera just to save on time. Whenever it gets really gunked up, it's time to start another one. Then I'll just clean these up a little bit, and then I'll also put a concealer down or a P. Louise base down in that area also and fill it in. So I'll see you back in just a minute, and I will finish up this other eye and we'll do the base together. Okay, so I've kind of cleaned it up where I want it. I'm still going to put shadow in here, but for right now, I want to go ahead and put on the eye base. I'm going to go in with a little bit of white, but I'm actually going to mix it with the actual Rumor 02 with the white, because I don't want stark white, but I don't want this dark. So we're going to mix it. I'm going to go in with a very detailed brush because I want to make sure I get a nice sharp line. You don't want too much base on your brush because you want it to dry down without moving around. You want to use the least amount of product as possible whenever you're doing this. Kind of keep my eye open just to get the base to set up. Okay, so I got those both done there. So I'm gonna go back in with this brush and I'm gonna layer on the mahogany right next to that black. Right over that base. Just in that center area though. I'm gonna drag it into that darker area and mix it well. Okay, now that I have that laid down, now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to blur this line out just a little bit, but I'm going to go in with shimmer on the rest of it. So I want that to kind of flow a little bit. I mean, if I left it just like that, it would be nice too. I even like that more for a matte look. I'm also going to link, I just recently did a ranking my Unearthly Cosmetics palettes, and I'll rank that down below because that is a really good view on like the whole history from the very first Unearthly Cosmetics, which was Alien Cosmetics palettes, all the way on up. I mean, I don't have every one, but it's a pretty good size collection. All right, yes, I could just totally leave it like that, but I want to use some of the shimmer, so I'm going to go into Applique, and I'm going to determine, it's going to be over that base, but I am going to determine whether or not I want to wet the shadow, and I'm just going to pull it lightly into the other shade there, like that there. I don't need to spray it. I think it looks good just like it is. And then I'm going to go back in and blend those together again. is where I am going to stop with that. Now I'm going to do a little something, something underneath. So where I want to go with this now is I want to do some of the greens underneath, because we can't get away from the greens, that is for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to take a little bit of that leather and I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to put that right out on this outer corner. I always spray underneath on my eyeshadows because it makes it last a very long time, and it also gives it maximum pigmentation. And if you've heard that before, I'm only saying it if there's somebody new watching. Just to leave that a little bit darker on the outer edge. And then I'm going to go in to olive. We love an olive tone shadow. Go into olive in the center, but we're also going to drag it over top of that darker color that we put on the outside, on top of the leather. Put that there and just get it real like a smoky green. Very pretty. Oh my goodness, so stunning. If you like a really nice smoky eye look, this will be your jam. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with Vintage, which is so beautiful. I just love me some greens, that's all. It's staying a green and not turning yellow or absorbing into my skin. I'm pulling it into those other colors too. Okay, so right now I'm gonna pop off here. I'm going to use some of the gel liner. I'm going to finish up the rest of this makeup look. I'm gonna come back on, tell you what I used off camera, and then I'm gonna go over my thoughts on this palette. And it might not be exactly what you think, so I hope to see you in a few. Okay guys, this is my final look. I love this look. Oh my goodness. I am in love with this look. It's probably one of my favorite looks. So give you a good look at everything that I got going on there. I love the gel pot liners. Wow. I'm going to have to probably get all of them now. I got 2 of them. I'm really going to have to go get the other 2. They're amazing. Gel pot liners are amazing. I'm going to go over a little bit about what I used off camera, and then we'll talk a little bit about the palette. Okay, so I used Jam in the gel pot liner in my waterline, and then I used actually Venetian in as blush, and then I used Applique, this here. It sheared out to a really pretty highlighter, and I also used the Applique up in the high point of my brow. The lippy, this time I will not be able to tell you what I used because I could not find the color that I wanted, which I created it. I mixed a whole bunch of lipsticks together, mainly Jeffree Star ones, and came up with this lippy color. And this is the lippy color I wanted. I didn't own it, so I made it. So yeah, I am in love with this look. What I'm going to tell you, okay? Y'all know I'm transparent. It doesn't matter if I get it in PR, if I get it as a gift, it doesn't matter. Like I'm going, or if I buy it myself, it just does not matter. What I am going to tell you about this palette, I love this look. Would I buy this palette? Absolutely, 100,000% I would buy this palette if it was me myself. All that being said, these are some of the most extremely pigmented shadows. And sometimes when they're extremely pigmented, they are harder to blend out. So I would say, by all means, that this is not a starter palette. This is not a palette that you run to unless you are ready to layer, buff, buff, buff. Okay, and because it's not going to be an easy walk. I mean, I guess if you use some of the lighter shades, it probably would be, and the shimmers are amazing, but the darker shades take some work. I would say the ones that I used, that definitely needed some work was this one here and this one here, and a little bit of this one here too. And so I don't know about the center row, so that might work out perfectly. But that darker shade, that leather shade, is very difficult to work with. And even whenever I laid a little bit of the mahogany and actually the mahogany and the aubergine, they were, it took a little bit to get them going, which is not a bad thing. I personally love high pigmentation. I don't necessarily want to work with it a whole bunch to get it nice and smoky, but sometimes that's what you have to do with a high pigmented palette. But as you can see, your work pays off. Like, I love this look. The only other thing I would say is with my skin tone, which I am an olive skin tone, this vintage color, I put it on and at first I was like, oh, this is staying true to the color. No, my face eats it. Like, it almost isn't like I even have it on anymore. And I built it, and it eats it. But that's my skin tone. If you're a different skin tone, see, it doesn't stay like that on me. My face will eat it. So another skin tone that may not do that too. It's just me, my skin tone. One thing I'm noticing with this color of eye, this eye look that I have going on here, my eyes almost look gray with a hint of blue, like a bluish gray, which my eyes are green, amber brown specks in them, but they're green. And this eye look makes them look bluish gray, which is kind of cool. Oh, I love it. So I'm in love with this palette, but I'm trying to tell you that it may not be for you if you are someone that does not like to layer and blend. This is not going to be an easy peasy palette if you're reaching for the darker shades. Okay, we're not talking about the lighter shades, we're talking about the darker shades. So that's my thoughts, that's my opinions, that is how this palette performed for me. But in the long run, I love it, and it's going to start ranking really high up in my rankings next time, because this look, it's got me in my feels. And you know what? I am going to come back at some point in time, and I am going to get into these shades here too eventually. So we're going to do that too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, because I'm really in love with this quite a bit. You can get this, I think this is $40, and then you have code Debutawn. Code Debutawn will save you 10%. Now, if you get there and you decide that you want to do the 50% off sale for any of the lippies or any of the goodbye items, you use code goodbye, but you can't stack codes. So if you purchase all in one ticket like this and some lippies, and you use goodbye, you just won't get a discount on this. So, if you're thinking about making more than one, I would say do this separate, do the 10% off, do the other for 50% off, and then you can get a discount on everything. But, if that doesn't matter to you, then you just get everything all together, and then you just won't use a code on this here because you can't stack the codes. So I thought I would explain that because I had some people ask questions about that. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this palette. So I am very, very thankful to receive it in PR and be looking for me to create some more with it, because I really like it. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this once again, and I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.